Right, another snow scene. Haven't done one for a few days. I'll make this one up again. They're more or less in a pattern, but I'll put a sort of a bank down here and another bit of landscape here, Surrey Hills, which is my local beauty spot, well, as far as it goes. So we'll just put in some larger trees coming down here. Just my way of doing it. And we'll have some trees vanishing over the hills there and coming up here. So we've had most of them on this side, I think. A bit of a path coming down there. So that's all I'm going to do for that. We'll make it a fairly bright sunny summer's day. So not summer day, but sunny day. It's very bright today, so I'm inspired by the bit of sunshine that we're actually getting in this horrible weather. We haven't had snow yet, we've had everything else. I'll just clean my palettes a little bit. I don't want to labour this one, I just want to do it as quickly as I can. So I'll just dry my palette. I'm using the Bockingford 140-pound paper, so I'm not doing a wetting that. I'll put in some sky. I'll mix a bit of alizarin with it because it just knocks the blue back a little bit. And we're quite wet. I don't want to be quite that wet. The colours dry lighter than we put them on. So we'll put a bit of cloud in there as well. Coming down to the horizon. So a bit of raw sienna. This will do for the light of the clouds, and mix a bit of light red in with the raw sienna, just to warm up the sky a little bit. Put it right way down. Very strong colour, light red, so be careful when you use it. It's very insistent. So bring that over where I'm going to put my background hills. And now I'll put a little bit of a tint in the landscape. Bit of the blue. A bit of a path there as well. Now as it's drying, I'm going to put in a bit of a light red and ultramarine cloud mix. Let's get that in, coming across there. Not too much behind these trees because I'm going to cover it up. And then we'll have a tiny bit of blue underneath that, in there. Okay, that'll do for that. Clean my brush, and I'll just lift off some of this excess here. The dryish brush, and I'll dry that with the hairdryer. I'm not drying it right off. I want to keep some slightly damp here on the background because I want that slightly to blend. So we just put the hills in roughly there. Okay. Let's bring that down a little bit. Show the shape of that. Right, dry it off. put in some tree canopies, quite warm, blue and ultramarine. I'll just put them in there, a bit more blue in there. And I'll put some ivy in there. So we're going to put one just down the slope, but more blue, heavier blue than the background. Right. I think we can afford to warm that up a little bit. Use a bit of burnt sienna with this one, I think. Oops, a bit too dry, wet. Just. Oh no, that's soaked in. I got that wrong. Right, go back to these ones here. So nice, warm, bit of blue. All very quick. Nice and sketchy, and it's come down a bit darker with burnt umber, a bit of blue thrown in with it just to darken. Let's put some in there, some warm in there. Right, now I'm going to put some dark blue and umber and lemon yellow on the brown side. Keep it nice and warm. We can put some grass, not grass, and some ivy and stuff going up in the like evergreens, following the lie of the land. Just the three colours. Right. Some on that slope there. Okay, more blue and more green, more yellow. Sort of ivy and going up into the canopy, but dark. But I'm not using Payne's Grey at this stage if I'm going to use it at all. And a bit of the same on the other side here. Try and keep it all very simple. Load of yellow. If it gets too wet, just touch your brush in your cloth, because that'll if you soak it, you'll end up with something like I've done there. So I'm going to have to put some modifications in there. Block that, coming up there. Nice and really dark now. Coming up into. I'm going to put trunks in all these. Nice bit of yellow with the blue. Okay, more dark in there now. I went wrong there, didn't I? Okay. I'll put some more trees in that, in here, some blue. Right. I've got my recession there. These are more or less the same. Now I'll go in with the rigger, nice and dark. A bit of hit and miss as well, bit of lost and found. It's a lovely paper for this, because you do get the lovely dry brush effect. Oh, excuse me. I've got a feather up my nose. I did one 45 minutes or so ago, which is uploading at the moment, of the Somerset Levels. That's had a really tough time with the floods. It's a very low-lying area and it's very prone to flooding, near Glastonbury. No, it's so sad. It's such a lovely place to paint because of the lovely wide flat fields, landscape, beautiful, absolutely glorious. So it's had a real hammering with the rain. Come a bit slightly bluer and looser mix here because we're coming down into the very, very quick. No portraits here. Anybody going to get a chance to get to your library and order a couple of books or buy a couple of books? They're biographies or autobiographies of Brian Sewell, who was one of our foremost art critics, art historians, worked for Christie's, Courtauld Institute, a great command of language. Very entertaining books they are too. They're called Outsider 1, and the next one's obviously Outsider 2. I've had a lovely 2 or 3 weeks reading them. It doesn't have a lot of good stuff to say about the establishment, who think they know it all. Oops. Might be over elaborating that a bit, but anyway. Right, that'll do. Now I'll come out there. Do the same the other side. Get some nice, leave some gaps for foliage. I might even put some more back there. Just very easy with the rigger, just let it go. It's a great fun brush and it does so much. Look at that. You get really thick lines with it if you use it right. Use all of it, not just the tip. It's a superb brush. Just a bit hard up there, just poking through. I think we'll put a dead one here. Right, I'll go over that if I remember with just a bit of ivy. Thinking, oh, I can do it now while it's all nice and wet, because it's all indistinct. Blue, yellow, brown. Now a bit of dark branches coming down here. I've been hit by lightning at some stage. Right. Now we want some shadow. I'll just clean off my palette. More tissue. I'm using this lovely plastic tray. It's a great mixing area to squeeze the paints out. Cotton 21 millilitre tubes. I'm buying this lot from Craft Scene. I'll push them because they seem to, at the moment they're cheaper than everybody else. Well, that I found. This lot here, www.craftscene.co.uk. They seem to vary between £3.19 a tube and £3.29 a tube, which is very good. Right, now let's put in some shadow for these trees here. Look at that coming up here. And coming down here. Now slightly deeper, as this shows the ground falling into a bit of a dip behind here, because the light's behind, it's coming this way. Just to show footprints. Right, that'll do for the snows for the moment. Back to my rigger, which has run away. Ah, there it is. I want to put in some grassy bits, just poking through here, just a bit. A bit of shadow there. Oh. Bit of warm. Okay, that's all you need. Following the sort of shape of the land. Some bits and pieces sticking up through the snow. Now also, that because it's doing that, you need to put in shadow, cast shadow of it. Just to anchor it. as well. So just a very simple bit. Right, now I reckon, now if you didn't see the other videos, I recommend you doing something like this when you've got a few minutes to spare. Just practice doing sort of figures, so you can just have a little look and pinch a few going off into the snow. Get them in scale though, so a bit of a I won't do it too thin because it's got a nice big coat on. Coming down here. Get that bit dark. Use that. Ah, it seems to be alright. Just make them a little bit darker, because I don't want the background to show through. Alright, give him some footprints. And we'll give him a bit of shadow there. Okay, so all I've done is given him a, he might even be a bit too small really, so let's just widen him up a bit. Let's say that as his, we'll put his head on top of that. Okay, so he's walking down what was the path. Okay, I'm not displeased with that. Sign it. I can't do much more with that. No detail. It looks like there's a lot of detail, but there isn't really. It's all done very quickly with as you saw, the rigger has done most of the work. Might be just a little bit muddy, but there you go. Let's put the mount on it because that'll give us a good idea as to how we're going on this one. Right, but there we are. There's a very simple, quick trees in a snowy landscape. I think I'm going to start brightening my browns up, take them away from the too much blue or Payne's grey, to bring them a bit bright, a bit warmer, because it's cold enough with the snow. So probably I'll do that with my next one. Let's go into what we've done. I'll move my camera over a bit to square it up. Right, well there we are. Got plenty of recession. It goes into a murky, bluey background here, with some faded out trees here, getting stronger as we come forward and warmer as we get to the front. And I put these umbers and mixed with a bit of light red in the foreground, just to make it look as if it's near. And this area here, I've used, probably overdone it, but I've just taken the paint up to show that that's in the shadow area. This is catching the light here. Same here, but it's very rough. But have a go at it. It's a lot easier than you think. Give me a little man Right, I'm going to leave it like that, I think, because I quite like that. That's quite a nice looking picture. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.